Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. Is it worth a buy? Let's read, let's read! Fight through Mordor and uncover the truth of the spirit that compels you. Discover the origins of the Ring of Power. Build your legend and ultimately confront the evil Sauron in this new chronicle of Middle-earth.
Before I get going, guys, I'm not even sure whether you'll be able to even see or hear any of this game for this review because I haven't uploaded it yet. Obviously, I'm still recording it. See, the problem is that Warner Brother Games have gone to bed with a lot of YouTube creators, and what they've done is they've done deals and they sent out review copies only to YouTube channels who agreed to do a branding deal with them. And if you didn't agree to this, you get your videos flagged for copyright. That's how they repay the YouTube. It's free advertising for them. That's how they repay us. If you even put it up, you run the risk of a strike. A copyright strike. You get 3 strikes on your channel and your channel gets deleted. That's why I'm not taking the risk, and I've had to pull a whole 2.5 hour stream off my other channel because I was a fear of a copyright strike. So I just wanted to mention that up front. That's the kind of publishers that are behind this game. So essentially, just to sum up, guys, Warner Brothers courted some very big YouTube channels. They said, hey look, here's a review copy if you sign up to this branding deal. And then what happens after that is everybody who makes a video on this game gets it copyright flagged. But if you were one of the people that signed up to the branding deal, I'm pretty much assuming that your flags would be removed. Yeah, that's the way it's going, guys. That's the way it is. How underhanded and awful and greedy is that? Well, I've summed up everything that I feel in the following statement. Warner Brothers are a bunch of snivelling fucking c***s. They are greedy little bastards who've sat in a fucking meeting room and there'll be some c*** called fucking Rupert or somebody stood up and gone, hey, I've got a good idea, man. Why don't we come and court a few of the big YouTubers, get them into bed with us, cover them in honey and just lick it all off. Say, hey man, if you agree to this branding deal here, we'll cover you in molasses and lick it all off. And we'll give you free copies of the game. And only if you say, hey man, Warner Brothers are great. And you know what? All the other YouTube channels will flag them off for copyright. So you look good and they look bad. How do you like you fucking greedy, snivelling, underhanded, brown-nosed cunts? That's what you are. That's what you are. And is this the way it's all going now on YouTube? Is this the way it is? The elite get eliter, and the poor little c***s like me, we just get poorer and poorer. We like begging off the TV, please let me make $2 of this video. Fuck off. I'm never gonna review another Warner Brothers game ever. You can kiss my fucking ring piece. Any more Warner Brothers games, anything. I don't give a fuck if it's Smurf sex. Back. Are you into Smurf sex? Shit, that came out of my subconscious. Maybe I am. Damn, must see the doctor about that. Anyway, never mind. If you, any game, I don't care what it is. I don't give a fuck. Anything. I'm not even going to watch your fucking films. Anything with Warner Brothers on. The big WB. The big one. Shit, I like Bugs Bunny. He's Warner Brothers. Bastards. Bugs Bunny can kiss my fucking arse. I'm not going to watch him anymore, the carrot munching cunt. I've not got anything to do with Warner Brothers. You can just fuck right off. No more, you get no more publicity on my fucking channel. I'll do this game because I've bought the cunt. But that's it. That's it. That was a statement by worth a buy on the current fiasco with Warner Brothers and copyright claims. Right, onto the game, guys. I feel much better. Onto the game. Basically, it's another third-person consoleized movie-like game, and as you will, I'm going to put a link at the end to my stream. It's 2 hours long, but it's worth watching. Simply, in fact, all the people who are console gamers on here who always have a go at me, you really should watch it because, do I have to admit this? What happened, guys, was I started off hating the game. I really did. The way that it moved, the way that it was consoleized, the way that it was clearly set up for a controller. And you'd be just walking along, and all of a sudden you'd lose control of your character because a cutscene would come in, and you're in the middle of a fight, and the fight will stop, and a little box will come up and say, "Hey, if you spam this button now, this will happen." And you know, everything that I hate in a game happened. But as I got more and more into the game, and after about 2 hours of playing, I started to like it. I actually started to get into the game and enjoy it. So it's quite an enlightening video, because you watch somebody who hates every freaking fibre of the game slowly over time start to like it, start to praise it, start to enjoy it, start to laugh, start having fun, start getting into the character, start even getting into the combat and the achievements and the abilities that you unlock. Guys, it has to be said, it has to, as much as I fucking hate to say it because of the greedy cunts at Warner. Mac, you've said enough about Warner Brothers, right? Just the game, please. Yeah, bastards. Mac, sorry. Shadow of Mordor is a good game. It's a good game. It's a good game, guys. It's a good game. Is it worth a buy? Well, a little bit more about the game. The way it works is this, and I've never seen this in a game before, but essentially the enemies, it's an open world game, but it's not Skyrim. Don't think you're getting Skyrim, you're not. The open world, the world map and the open, it's pretty poor, to be honest. Yeah. And it's not massive either. Basically with the game, the open world aspect of the game, it's split into zones, and each zone has like a tower. Remember Far Cry, where you had to go and unlock the tower, and when you unlock the tower that showed you what was in the area. There's side quests and there's main quests. It works on exactly the same principle with Shadow of Mordor. You have these towers and you have to climb to the top of the tower, and then you smack it with a hammer or something stupid like that, and it opens up that zone. That's how it works. You can freely travel from zone to zone if you want, but until you uncover the tower, you won't see any of the side quests or the main quests. So there's that. But the enemy is a structured army with different ranks and commanders, and all of those commanders that's out there are different for each game you play, and they mature in the game based on things that they see and think. I mean, you might have a fight with one of them and then run away because you get overwhelmed by reinforcements that come. He'll remember that, and then later on you might overhear him talking about how he ran into you once but you ran away and shit like that. And if he beats you in a fight, he might get promoted, and so he might be a different level, and if he gets promoted, he's more powerful. So it's this whole Nemesis system's awesome. It's really, I've never seen anything like it in a game. It's really, really fun, and you can torture people that you grab and interrogate them, and they will give you info on the different commanders that's out there, such as where they were last seen, how powerful they are, what are they scared of, what are they not scared of. And so, for example, one of them might be scared of the mounts that you can get on, and so when you see him, you want to be trying to get on a mount because he'd be shitting himself and run away, so he's an easier kill. Others might be more susceptible to stealth and arrows in the head. So it's worth going around interrogating people as well, which is great stuff. And you've also got two forms in this. You've got your human form and you've got your wraithy form, and the effects are great, guys. The effects are great, and as you walk around, each form has different abilities. For example, the wraith form is able to see things that you can't really see that very well, like artifacts with the normal naked eye. It also allows you to go into this archer mode where you fire these ghostly elven arrows, and as you progress through the game, obviously your abilities level up, and you start off with only 4 arrow slots, but you can unlock more. You can slot your weapons, your dagger, your bow, your sword with runes to give them different procs and do different damages and things like that. So you've got to keep an eye on that. You've got your own stats that you can level up, like your health and all that kind of stuff. So there's plenty of stuff to unlock, plenty of stuff to level up, and obviously your achievements that you would get. Now, these are the things that kind of have plagued a lot of games. For me especially, I hate that whole... I prefer, and I say this in my stream that I did, a world like Skyrim, as good as Skyrim, where you just put in the world and that's it. You just left. There's none of the fucking cutscenes every 10 bloody seconds, because that's what it was like with this at the beginning. The first 20 minutes is just a giant fucking cutscene with like 4 seconds of gameplay. It's awful. And through the game as well, you'll be just going along and then all of a sudden the camera just grabs you again and points you at a boss who's suddenly found you and is on you already. And the spawning as well is atrocious, guys. I mean, you can like be fighting 6 guys around a bonfire, you kill them all, and then you walk 20 feet away from the bonfire and you're thinking about where you're going next, and then they've all respawned again behind you. I mean, what? That's bullshit. And there's a lot of that happens in this game. I mean, there was a little tiny cave, I defeated everything in the cave, walked out of the cave, got a cutscene, and then when I ran back into the cave it was full of fucking monsters. It's, you know, I mean, that's what kills immersion. Whereas in Skyrim, you know, that would never ever happen. It just doesn't happen in Skyrim. And that's the difference between a really good PC open world game and a consoleized open world game. With a PC dedicated open worlder, you generally get a lot more opportunity for immersion. And I know Skyrim was released on consoles as well, but it was a PC game, let's be honest, as was the Morrowind and all the rest of it. There were proper PC games, whereas what you get now, your Shadow of Mordor, it's generally made for consoles. And when I say consoleized, the controls aren't brilliant, but you can get by with a keyboard and mouse. But I'm just spamming. I'm only using 2 fucking buttons, guys, and I'm flying through the game. I'm just spamming the left mouse button, and he does all these wonderful things like kicks that I'm not even telling him to do. He just does them all, and then I press the right mouse button, which blocks, and he just blocks it brilliantly every single time. Makes you look good. You look as if you're really skilled, but you're not. You're just pressing 2 fucking buttons. It's not like Mountain Blade or any of the really good, like Skyrim, for example. In Skyrim, when you're fighting the combat in Skyrim, you've got to be accurate with your hitting and your blocking, and if you're not, you're fucked. Whereas the console games, they're all kind of lock on and they do it all for you because they don't require anywhere near the skill of a proper PC game. And that's why I don't like them. But it has to be said, Shadow of Mordor, it's fun. It is fun to play, and I got it on the cheap using a coupon from one of my subscribers. Thanks, folks. And you know, it was worth the money for me. So there you go, guys. Shadow of Mordor. It's got a lot of hours of fun in it. It's got a great Nemesis system. The combat's easy, but it looks great. It feels okay. You can use it with a keyboard and mouse. It controls well, guys. That's all you need to know. If you've got a keyboard and mouse, and you know what I'm like, I won't use a controller. If you've got a keyboard and mouse, it'll work. And I'm sorry this review's gone on a bit more, but it has. So it has to be said, Shadow of Mordor, although it's only single player, it is worth a buy. I mean, I picked it up for £22. I think it's worth about that. It's, you know, I wouldn't pay more than £30 for it. I really, really wouldn't. Try and wait in the sales if you can, but I'm going to give it a thumbs up because the game is fun.